All right, let's talk about a single, tiny, two-letter word. It's a word we often misunderstand, a word that can feel, well, really hard to say. But what if I told you it holds this incredible power to protect your entire future? So let's just jump right in with a question. I want you to really think about this for a second. I mean, we live in a world that's just flooded with complex advice, right? Endless strategies for success, for happiness. But out of all of that, what's the one single word that can protect your future more than anything else you could possibly say? Yeah, the answer is, well, it's that simple. And as we're about to see, it's also that complicated. It's the word no. And honestly, understanding what this word really does, that might just be one of the most important skills you ever develop. Okay, so let's get into the power of no. We're going to completely reframe this word that, let's face it, we often fear, and we're going to see how it's actually the very thing that sets us free. And here's the core of the problem, right? The big disconnect. On one side, you've got what we've all been taught, our cultural programming. We hear no and we immediately think, oh, that's negative, that's cold, selfish, unkind. But on the other side, there's the truth. And the truth is, no is just a boundary. So what even is a boundary? It's important to get this right. It is not a wall you build to push people away. Think of it more like a tool. A really important tool that you use to protect your life. Your time, your energy, your focus. It's all about self-preservation. To really get why no is so valuable, we kind of have to flip it around and look at the other side of the coin. We need to talk about the real cost of yes, that hidden price we all pay when we never, ever say no. Because when you can't say no, life just constantly pulls you in a million different directions. And this is what you lose, piece by piece. You lose your time to everybody else's priorities. You lose your energy on things that deep down you know don't really matter to you. You lose your clarity, your sense of direction. And eventually, you even risk losing your own self-respect. You basically just lose yourself in this sea of obligations. This quote just nails it, doesn't it? It perfectly illustrates that core trade-off. See, this isn't about being a negative person. It's just about managing your capacity. Your energy, it's not infinite. So every single time you say yes to something that drains you, you are automatically, by default, saying no to something that could have helped you grow. Okay, so this all makes perfect sense on paper, right? It's logical. But we all know in the real world, it's just not that easy. So why? What is it that makes this simple, tiny, two-letter word so incredibly hard to actually say out loud? Well, it comes down to this. Saying no feels risky. It feels dangerous. I mean, we're social creatures, right? We're hardwired to want connection and approval. So we're terrified of disappointing someone. We're afraid of being misunderstood or judged as difficult. We don't want to break the expectations people have for us. And these are not small fears. They are tied directly to our fundamental need to belong. And that leads us to a really crucial point. You're facing a choice. You can keep saying yes to avoid disappointing other people in the short term. But the long-term price for that is living a life that constantly disappoints you. Let me be clear. There is absolutely no version of a meaningful life where you manage to please everyone else and still stay true to yourself. It just doesn't exist. So the big question is, how do we get better at this? How do we actually do it? Well, what we're going to look at next is a framework, a way to start reclaiming your life by learning how to master 3 very distinct types of no. Think of these 3 categories as building blocks. They build on each other. We're going to start with the no we say to others, then we'll move to the no we have to say to ourselves, and finally we'll get to the biggest one, the no we say to the world. All right, number 1, the no to others. This is the one we're probably most familiar with, right? It's saying no to requests, to favors, to obligations. But the mindset shift here is absolutely crucial. This is not about rejecting other people. It's about declaring your own self-respect. When you say, I'm not available, you're not saying, I don't care about you. You're simply making a statement about your own capacity. Okay, the next one gets a little harder because this conversation, it's entirely internal. This is the no you say to yourself. We're talking about self-discipline, about integrity. This is the no that stops you from repeating that same old destructive pattern again. It's the no that keeps you in line with your own values, especially when it's hard. This, right here, is the true foundation of self-protection. And that brings us to number 3, which is honestly the most powerful no of all. This is the no to the world. This is the one you say to societal pressure, to what the crowd is doing, to all those conventional cookie-cutter definitions of success and happiness. This is how you finally stop living your life based on someone else's script and you start building a life that is truly, authentically yours. And all of this, all these no's, they bring us to the ultimate goal. Because here's the secret. The point of saying no isn't just to be less busy. The point is to create space, to create the room for your sacred yes. Think about it this way. Every single time you say an intentional no, it's an act of protection. You are standing guard over these incredibly valuable assets. You're protecting your peace from all that unnecessary drama. You're protecting your energy from getting drained. You're protecting your identity from being watered down. And most importantly, you are protecting the person you want to become. You're protecting your future self. Okay, so how do we actually do this? How do we make this a real habit, not just a nice idea? How do you build this no muscle in your daily life, especially in those moments where you feel all that pressure to just say yes? Here's a really simple, practical filter you can use anytime. It's just 3 steps. First, when a request comes in, just pause. That's it. Don't give an immediate answer. Second, ask yourself this one powerful question. If I say yes to this, what part of me is going to pay for it? And third, if the cost is your peace, if it's your self-respect or your future, then the answer is no. It has to be. And this is the beautiful place we've been heading this whole time. Because when you finally stop giving your yes away to just anything and everything, it becomes precious. It becomes meaningful. It becomes sacred. Your yes is finally reserved for the things that truly matter, for the people and projects that grow you, for the things that are actually aligned with the life you want to live. So I want to leave you with this, a question just for you to take with you. I want you to look at your life, right now, as it is. What is the very first no you need to say? Whether it's to someone else, to yourself, or to the world. What's that first no that will start making room for your sacred yes?